For the record, this is... I don't think that I would have seen this and been like, this guy's destined for major, major stardom, with the knowledge that that in fact does happen. So I'd have been wrong. But this singing is like, okay. I just want to say that be able to think on your feet like that, musically, in general, I'll give him that.
来，欢迎1号周杰伦 ，Go！
Looks like you took us way back. For starters, this looks...
This is 1998.
I
This is
see
the
that.
oldest video I could find.
Okay. Is this him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Before debut.
越放越放越长，让流星乘着风筝飞翔。
Ethan! I wish Ethan was on camera! Bless!
在流星许下心愿，闭上眼睛泪又开始流。
Okay, just to give you some background,
Sure.
he's on a variety show right now. I think it's some kind of talent show, and he is making up lyrics right on the spot. So he's freestyling, kind of.
Is it good?
Feeling, that's all right, considering it's freestyle.
So we're not going to tell you how old Ethan is or how young I am, but Ethan is significantly younger than Flo and I are young.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Ethan remembers this haircut, but every crush I had this haircut.
Really?
Just saying, just saying.
泪痕的牵挂越飘越远，像云般像般的消失，紧握双手。
Okay, so I want to say this. Because my exposure to Jay Chou really has been, as I told you, the song I did with my student many years ago, and perhaps I think we saw
did
him
a couple
on
episodes on The
Well, I
Voice.
saw him on The Voice.
The Voice,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he was a
So
judge.
I know that he becomes a better singer. I already know that he becomes a better singer, but for the record, this is... In French, we may say comme ci, comme ça, which translates to a little like this, a little like that. It's not, I don't think that I would have seen this and been like, this guy's destined for major, major stardom. Which, keep in mind when I say that, I say it with the knowledge that that in fact does happen. So I'd have been wrong. I would have been wrong, but this singing is like, it's okay. You know what I mean? It's okay.
低着头，让过去回忆都成空。那是很好变的。
This show, that's the horn. You're done.
Now, okay, this section, I think he's making up he's composing basically.
You know what I should say? That is, I didn't really acknowledge it when
Okay.
you said that.
Yeah, yeah.
That takes a lot of skill. To do it,
He's free flowing with whatever the piano player is playing.
right.
now, yeah.
So as an instrumentalist, it's one thing to be able to free flow, and I'm not taking away from that, but
yeah.
lyrics on top, right? You're saying
100%.
lyrics. Is he rhyming? Like, is he doing any good job of like making it feel poetic?
I think they give him a set of lyrics and try to have him fit into whatever is playing right now. Yeah.
That is very, very different than what you initially said.
Well,
so
that
he's not making
the
lyrics
first
up.
section was making up the
Okay,
lyrics.
okay, so now
this
he
is
has
the-
lyrics that he has to flow in.
Yeah, yeah.
All hard. All hard.
Yeah, yeah.
All hard. But the singing is leaving a little bit to be desired. But I just want to say that be able to think on your feet like that, musically, in general, I'll give him that. And if we hear anything in the voice that sounds a little iffy, yes, his singing it needs to develop a little bit. But also when you're making stuff up, that can be very difficult and
Maybe
distracting.
you can do some free jam after.
Oh, we'll jam.
And show them.
只要有一点点温。
Oh, you mean I'll make stuff up on the spot?
We can all join in.
So catching a song, we can.
Yeah, whatever.
Then I'll have to be nicer, remain super kind, so that you guys stay kind to me.
Oh, you know what? A very interesting thing. David Tao was actually sitting in the judge panel.
Really?
Of
So he's
this-
well famous. David Tao is well
Was
famous by
way
this.
yeah, he was famous before
Got it.
Jay Chou.
Got it.
就愿意
Can we talk about how he's holding the mic with like a weird 2-finger claw? Just inexperienced.
Very humble. Looks
Yeah.
like a bit inconfident, I would say.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And that mic grip is very like holding a pen for the first time that you don't know if you should be holding.
Well, his glasses are in again.
Yeah, those glasses are coming back. It's true.
我等来了，让我有梦可以的。
Cry. Oh. Yeah, deep vibrato.
既然不回头，别说你不让。
You try to rap.
Boo. Actually, I'm making it worse than it is. So, out of curiosity, you two who know and love him, what is your reaction to this? What do you think of this?
I would have never guessed that was him. He does not sound the same. He doesn't really look the same.
Yeah, it was a surprise to find this video.
Was it?
In the first place.
Cool.
Yeah.
He's humble.
Okay, this is after he debuted.
Okay.
He debuted in 2000, year 2000. So this is 2001. So on the left it says.
Wow, that's a year where somebody in this room might have graduated. Ooh, okay, so this is a significant move forward, and this is rap-tastic, right? We've kind of moved into kind of singing, kind of rapping.
He's kind of the founding father of mumble rap in Chinese.
Mumble rap.
Yeah.
Isn't mumble rap like...
Yeah, it's like not very clear and just kind of goes on and on, like free flow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That riff kind of came out.
Yeah.
What is it? What was that?
It's a higher key.
I should fully change the key.
Yeah.
You know what? This is actually an interesting place to witness him at, because whereas in the first video, if I was on the judging panel, I don't think I would have seen a ton of potential as far as where he ended up. I mean, he did show skill in that first video.
Yeah.
I don't know how appealing it was, because you can be skillful and still not be like deliciously appealing. But by this point, we're in this hilarious suit and tie at a keyboard situation. But we do hear that his voice has developed, and we are starting... did he write this?
Oh yeah, he
So
writes
that's his thing.
all his own songs.
So that's what it is.
Yeah.
Composition is part of his major thing.
Yes.
So now that he's not having to free flow to somebody else's chords, he's free flowing to his own ideas a little bit
Before
more.
his debut, he was writing songs for big artists. He was working in a studio owned by Jackie Wu, Wu Zhongxian. Actually, I know the recording engineer on this album.
Is this a popular song we're hearing?
Or one of his most.
Do you know
popular.
it?
In the first album.
I've heard of it, yes.
Yeah. First two albums was like big hits. And
So would it be fair to say that I see his skill popping out, but that this still feels a titch unstable? Does that feel fair?
I think it's fair, yes.
yeah.
Ethan hasn't watched a lot of Chinese material yet. I feel like Ethan, what do you think so far?
Okay, I think I don't know. Okay, definitely I agree. His voice has gotten a bit better. What I was actually noticing was the piano playing was a bit interesting.
Rhythmically, it was a little, yeah.
Not quite there. But no, it was a good vibe. Like,
But I feel like I relate to him at this stage, because I remember personally, I don't know what your journey has been like, but I remember being a solo. You're more of a band guy, right?
I've done both.
You've done both.
Yeah.
Well, I really have done a lot of solo stuff through my career, and especially in the beginning, it would be like girl at piano. And because I'm a vocalist first, what you just pointed out with the piano, which I also observed, I was kind of like, oh, I see myself in it all too much, because your vocal, like the lyric and the vocal and the melody line and everything you've written kind of takes priority. So this is like you're a little surviving it. Although I think he becomes a very good instrumentalist. Yeah?
He's always a good piano player, but I think right now he's just not used to performing in front of people.
That
He's just
and
debuted.
I think he also probably, does he even have in-ears in? he may have
does,
in-ears.
He does. I think I
So
saw
he's
it.
also getting used to like playing with a beat, and
Yeah.
we also never know if the monitoring is good, etc., etc. But
Yeah.
I hear you on I hear you on that.
He might be sick. I hear a sniff.
Sick.
Yeah, I think he sniffed.
You're always trying to cut them credit.
It's one of his.
That's more solid.
Sounds huge.
It's very, very popular.
This song is huge.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I agree with you.
First hit.
Yeah. Really. This is the first hit.
爱上一阵风，吹完它就走，这样。
Okay, I'm going to say two things. We know how I feel about hearing the humanness in a singer. Now, by all means, this is reasonably unstable, okay? We'll all agree. Pitchy. Not entirely supported. However, I would choose human 100% of the time than hearing this fixed. I actually don't know your views on AI and editing and all of that.
Oh,
We'll have to get into
100%
it.
I would agree with that.
You agree?
Yeah.
Good. I've got some support
It
in
might
this
be
room.
like 1% of like a pop song where like, oh, that's cool with auto-tune, but for
Right.
songs like this, 100%.
Totally
100%.
for songs like this. And today, whether west or east, I think we're over editing the piss out of
way
everything. Good.
Yeah.
I like Ethan so far.
的节奏，谁又可奈何？有你以后，我灵魂失控。
Do you know this song, Jay?
Oh, we all.
Okay.
All Chinese people do.
So when I say unstable, I just want to be a little bit more specific about what I'm saying. When we don't follow through, support-wise, we end up with what I've often called push-pull. So it feels like this. We end up hitting something too hard and not following through entirely, or vice versa. Can you demo for us
Sure.
anything you just heard with support and stability, which is probably how he performs it today? But could you demo that for us?
Do you hear a push pull? I don't really hear a push pull.
Okay, so you would fight me.
像一阵风，吹完它就走。
You don't hear the difference between that and that?
I do. That's my song.
黑云在降落，我被它拖。
You don't hear that he's doing like what I would call a sforzando, right? Where he's over committing to the very beginning of each note and having to back up and fix it. Maybe push pull. Don't picture it that way.
Okay.
It's over commitment and then having to adjust.
Okay. Yeah.
着走，静静悄悄默默离开，陷入了危险边缘。Baby， 我的世界被狂风暴雨。
That section was better.
爱情来得太快，就像龙卷风，离不开暴风圈，来不及的。我不能再想，我不能再。
The other thing that can cause that unstable feeling is pitch. And when we're not used to holding ourselves as singers super accountable to pitch, there is just that feeling for the audience of unsteadiness. Even if the listener can't exactly identify what it is they're hearing or why it feels completely unstable, it is the combination of those two things.
再想，我不能。爱情就连在。
That is what I call mushy mushy poo poo in my practice. When a riff instead of ah turns into ah ma, we don't hear the definition.
太快，就像龙卷风，不能承受，我已无处可躲。我不要再想，我不要再想，我不要再想。
He's sniffing. Did you hear that?
Well,
He's sniffing.
there can be many reasons for sniffing, Jay. Many reasons.
Okay.
Out of curiosity, would you Ethan hasn't heard a lot of Chinese music yet,
Oh,
but this is like
definitely
reasonably westernized, hey? Like this
Yeah.
feels dated to you and dated to me too at this
Yeah,
point, but
yeah.
it feels familiar as far as the chord patterns and
Yeah.
you know what we would consider R&B. Actually, what do people your age consider R&B these days?
Oh,
Is it like her?
yeah,
H-E-R and
her even Drake can pass as R&B, which is
It's rap. It's fully rap.
it's fully rap. But just because if it has a keys and like an 808, somehow that still passes as R&B.
Okay. Questionable. Questionable. But what about if I said you had to tell me a singer?
In my books, like Alicia Keys, R&B, like it's kind of starts older.
Oh man. I do like Ethan. I do like Ethan. This hook, that is what I would consider hook, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That there was some good repetition in there. What you'll see in Chinese music, I don't want to cloud your opinion, but here it is. Chinese music has, well, I'm curious what you will find. That there is a lot less repetition as we find in Western pop, and I say pop under the big umbrella, meaning jazz, country, pop, blues, whatever. Their melodies, I find, they're a lot longer of motifs, and a lot there's less repetition within the motifs. And there's different intervals than we're used to hearing.
So less memorable to us.
To me, yes, to me.
And a lot of key changes too.
A lot of key changes. But this is kind of not the best way to introduce you to it because this is fairly in keeping with what we know.
Yeah.
But you'll see.